You know, I once heard or read a story about Brother David Steindl-Rast, which happens to be a good dear friend of mine, and who I have worked with, had the pleasure to work with a little bit over the last number of years. And he talks about a story where essentially the punchline is that the antidote to exhaustion sometimes is not rest, although it could be. But sometimes it's not rest, it is wholeheartedness. The antidote to exhaustion at times is not rest, but wholeheartedness. And this is my commitment, that poetry be something that allows us to remember our whole selves, that wholeheartedness. I think it's one of the great gifts that poetry offers us. And I want to do a poem for you today called Today We Are All Exhausted. If you're feeling that way, it might be a particularly good poem for you. Today we are all exhausted, our best dreams tired and deflated. Like the old asters, they barely breathe in their beds. Even the dog is indifferent. Even the dog is indifferent, wagging his tail only slightly as we arrive. As for our career, don't even ask. Our money so carefully saved has sadly gone missing, and all our equity now belongs to another. The poem penned with such excitement now sits listless beside the bed. Seems even our bad ideas have stopped coming for a time. But then slowly you look away, glimpsing far through the dark and darkness, dismissing plans that never happened anyway. Next, a little breeze comes through the window. Then a beautiful bubble forms in your soup, and the foam on the top of your coffee begins to look a lot like Mount Everest. You feel that somewhere in the distance there is just a skosh of music and laughter. You can't quite hear or sing it yet, but still your stubborn heart begins tapping out that crazy little tune that no one else knows but you. Today We're All Exhausted is a little poem that I wrote to speak to that time when we have to push through the exhaustion, and the way we do that is with wholeheartedness and gratitude. Thank you for listening. Until next time and next poem.